Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Grind Different, and in this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make two different replica builds. Um, how to get two different names that a lot of you guys are asking about. The first one and this one is going to be Allen Iverson. His nickname was The Answer. If you don't know that, then you're not obviously an Allen Iverson fan, or you're just a lame, man. Let's be real, bro. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, as you guys can see, I'm finishing up making my build right here, and we're gonna go ahead and finish up and copy and paste my player stats, take a picture on my phone, and I'm gonna kind of try to get a little bit more into detail just to help some of you guys that are still struggling. So when you make your player like I just did, like I said, you have to make sure you have the same number. My number is 67, I remember that, and my hand is left hand, and you got to remember your weight, you know what I'm saying, things like that, just the little things like that you have to remember. And then obviously when you make your player, you got to come in here and you have to have the same stats as the created player you got. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the body, and this is the part I think a lot of you guys getting confused on, so I'm gonna try to get a little more into detail to help you guys. For instance, I have a guy that have a 7 feet 6 inches wingspan, right? And you have to convert that to inches. So I go to Google and I calculate and I say convert to inches. So the 7'6" in inches is 90 inches. So once you get your wingspan, which mine is 90, right? You want to do 90 on the calculator minus 68. Whatever your wingspan is, you subtract it from 68. Mine is 90, so I do 90 minus 68. That gives me 22. And then you do 22 divided by 29, and you would get like 0.7586. What you want to do is the first two numbers that you see, don't look at all the other numbers. The first two numbers, that's going to be your wingspan. So if you got like if you got like 0.7586, then you just take the 75, the first two numbers, and that's going to be your wingspan. I think that's where a lot of you guys are messing up on, but yeah, that's how you do that. And then, like I said, once you're done doing all that, what you want to do is you want to look at that picture that you took of your build, and you come in there and put the same stats that you guys see that you had on your build on this created player. And another thing I want to mention, because a lot of you guys are forgetting, like let's say for instance, like my post control is 25 on one of my builds, right? What you have to do is, if you have post control and you don't put it up, you still have to go and edit that to 25. Like you see my blocks that I just did, 25. I have to put 25 still. Just because you don't touch it on your created player, it should be at 25. Like if you don't put anything up on whatever attributes that you upgrade. So mine's going to be 25, you know what I'm saying? Anything that's not put up on your player, you still have to put 25. That's another important thing. You guys, I think some of you guys you may be rushing or you're just skipping over something. And like I told a lot of you guys, like when you get a player that you want, and if it's messing up, then just delete it and start over, man. Like patience is key, man. This is something that takes a little bit of time, but when you do it a lot like I do, you start to learn it and it gets a lot easier for you. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes for you. Like as you guys can see here, I have the point guard build that I made. I went back a few times, I double checked to make sure that everything was right. Then I come back over here to official roster spot, and what I usually do for me, what works for me is I go to all players and I look for the player that I'm looking to edit. You know what I'm saying? So you scroll, I see Allen Iverson, edit player. I'm going to import player DNA, my files. You put the name so it'll be easier for you to copy it down and paste it, and you just keep going. And now you go try to find that player again. It's the same thing. It's pretty easy. Like I said, a lot of guys are getting mixed up, but to be honest, it's pretty freaking easy, man. You just have to keep doing it. So if you see a player that you're interested in, then just keep doing different players just so you can get the hang of it. But as you guys can see, there's the Denver Nuggets Allen Iverson. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that. I import, then I complete, go back, try to find another version of them until you don't see any more of them. And if you know the player, you know the teams he played for, then that makes it even easier for you, you know what I'm saying? Because now you can just go to, that team or that roster that player was at and just edit them, but yeah, everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. Then again, like I said, you want to make sure that you have edited every version of the player. So Allen Iverson had, he played for Philadelphia back in the day, and they could potentially have a old school Philadelphia roster on there. So I'm just going through all the teams he played for just to make sure I don't see another version of him. You know what I'm saying? And like you see right here, they had him on a different Nuggets. So I'll go ahead and import player DNA, save it, import the attributes and everything, complete it, and go back out. And I think that might have been the last one, if I'm correct. It might be one more, or that was the last one. I can't remember. Keep looking just to be sure. You gotta try to remember all the teams. He even played on Memphis, but I don't think Memphis. Yeah, see, that go to Philadelphia one. I don't think Memphis put him on their roster for, because he was pretty much about done for. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like how he was in Philadelphia. But that should be the last one, I think. Look at Melo. Man, that Denver Nuggets Melo was different. I think that should be it, though. I'm just being a little extra safe just to be sure. My boy Kobe. See, he don't pop up there. So that should be it. That should be all of the Iverson versions. Just double checking. See, it can be a little time consuming, but like I said, once you get used to doing it, to be honest, it gets pretty easy. You just gotta keep doing it. And I'm just gonna probably put the answer just so I can remember that's his created roster file. Now you go back out, play now, blacktop, 1v1, change roster, user created roster, my files. You look for the name, the one you saved. And I always load this part in and I go to all time. And then I go down until I see that person's name and I click on them until he pop up. You don't have to do that, but I do just to make sure I did it right. And then I just go back out once he actually pop up. See, he popped up right there. And like I said, you can do this for any position. I'm just showing you guys. I just make quick players, just to show you guys how to do it. But, let's see if we get it. See if we get the answer. Bam, there we go. That's how you get the answer right there. Now, we're gonna go to the other part of the video and I'm gonna show y'all how to get one of the coolest names, in my opinion. It's gonna be the logo. So you wanna come back into create a roster. Like I said, I go to all players and I just keep looking for the players that I'm looking for. So you can see Jerry West right here. And you're just gonna edit player and you're gonna do the same thing. Literally the same thing every time. And I'm probably just gonna use that because I know it's the same player, I'm using the same player that I created. I'm just switching the NBA player that I want to make. If that makes sense. My files, the answer, save it. It's pretty easy, man. Like I said, you just gotta keep doing it. And once you get used to it, it becomes really easy for you. See, I'm just double checking right now. I'm trying to make sure I don't see any more versions of them somewhere. But I'm gonna go over to the all time and then I'm gonna check the like the 60s, 70s. There go the all time Jerry West roster player. Import player DNA, load my files. We almost done. We are almost done. Man, the Lakers, oh my God, that all-time roster is freaking insane. See, I'm just going back to back in the day. See, he would have been up top, but just letting you know I did it right. He's right there, the creative player I made. So that should be all of the Jerry West. Should be all of the Jerry West players for the NBA. Save the roster. We're gonna go up to the answer because that's where I saved the player last time. Yeah, let's go to play now. We're about done. So I'm probably just gonna let the video play out. If y'all got some more players you want me to do, just let me know down below. I got another one coming tomorrow, so just be looking out for that one. I think that one has Larry Bird and Paul Pierce, so it's gonna be pretty interesting too. Yeah. So let me know if y'all got any other names or players that y'all want to see. Like I said, you can do any position. The only problem I had was 6'1". I haven't been able to figure that one out, but yeah, that's pretty much it though. We're gonna see one of my favorite names. I actually made this one myself. The logo. I don't know. I think that shit dope. The logo. There you go, man. That's it.